here again with Nana
It
Kofi.
looks new to you again.
Yes, with Nana Kofi Mintah. We are going back out to his farm again today.
Yeah.
It's just so breathtakingly beautiful out here. So I just had to start my camera again.
Greens all over.
Yes.
Everywhere green.
Yes.
Naturally green.
Yes. In the mountains in the back. It's just awesome. God truly blessed African people when He gave us this magnificent continent.
Yeah.
This fertile soil. Can't beat it.
So we are just at the entrance to the farm. So that's the farm over there. Now see the corn. The other time we came, the corn was just like 10 inches tall. Now see, it's grown.
Somebody pointed out to me when I took pictures of this. I said, "Oh, this banana tree here, right?" And is that the same one, or maybe it's another one?
It's this one.
Is that one that you said nobody planted? It just grew up.
Yeah.
And right around the bottom of it looked like marijuana. I would have never noticed it, but somebody was like, "Somebody's been planting something over there."
Okay. Someone planted marijuana there. Wow. I don't know the marijuana plant. I can't identify it actually. I see. So that's it over there.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Tomato is catching up.
Is this the tomato here?
Over there.
Oh, I see somebody over there working.
Yeah, that's Chrissy. Let me take you.
Let me change my shoe.
Okay.
Because last time, guys, I came out here with flip-flops on, and that wasn't the smartest thing to do. So
Yeah.
this time, I got some socks and tennis shoes.
Yeah. But I owe you a boot, so don't worry, it will come. It will come for sure.
You can go over there and show the tomatoes.
Okay. So we have an acre of tomato here at the moment. Just coming up right here. And then we have sweet potato over here, about 6 acres of sweet potatoes here. And we have some corn up there.
See, the thing about me is I literally hate wearing my feet closed in. I hate it. You know, I lived in the Caribbean. I like warm climate.
Okay.
And I like for my feet to be out.
Okay.
With sandals and flip-flop, chaliwali.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So when I have to put on a shoe that closes my feet, I feel uncomfortable.
You feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we have the tomatoes here, about an acre. Then sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes here.
Yeah. These are sweet potatoes. We can even harvest a few for you today because they are ready for harvest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So all of this that's cleared is tomatoes.
Yes, all of the cleared place is tomatoes.
So
up to the tree.
How will you from the road all the way over there, all the way over there, all the way down to that tree standing over there? Okay, so let's talk about getting crops to the farm.
Yeah. So getting crops to the farm.
I mean, getting crops to the market.
Getting crops to the market. Okay, there are two markets we deal with. We deal with the local market and the export market. So let me first talk about the local market. The local market is a little bit not well organized in terms of the structures and things like that. So, for example, these tomatoes, when they get ready, you have to contact a market dealer who will come and harvest by themselves.
Oh, okay.
And then they pay you the amount due. There are two ways we determine the payment. We can determine the payment by the size. So we tell you that every square feet, this is the price. So when you go harvest, whatever you get there is still a square feet, so you pay. We don't care whether you get more or less.
Yeah.
Then we also harvest by the we have the buckets. We have a standard bucket we use. So you harvest, and you can also pay according to the number of buckets you harvest. Yeah. So these are the two ways we determine the prices for the market on the local side.
Okay.
Then on the export side, that one you need to go through a lot of stringent processes. First of all, before you can export any vegetable out of Ghana, you need to pack it in an accredited pack house, which has a pack house code. And the pack house code is issued by the Plant Protection and Regulatory Department of the Ministry of Agriculture. So every pack house from which vegetables are exported must be certified by the that agency. So first of all, you need that. And secondly, you need to get the packaging right for the buyer. So normally the buyer specifies the packaging and the quantity that is supposed to go in each package. So normally it's a box which you put a few or the quantity required in the box, and then you take it to the ports. You can, for vegetables, air shipment is always the best, not rather than sea shipment.
Yeah.
So you book your space in the flight, and you send your produce to the airport for export. Now, when your produce gets to the airport, you have the Ministry of Agri staff there to check for the sanitary and phytosanitary compliance requirement. Yeah. So this is when you are going to a non-European market. But if you are going to the European market, the requirements are a bit more stringent. Apart from all the stuff that you have to go through locally, you still need to get a form of certification, right? So the certification is actually their way of doing due diligence. because a buyer will not be able to come here all the time to come and check whether you are producing rightly or wrongly. So they just ask you to go for certification, and you must provide your certification to the buyer before your produce can be allowed into Europe. The most common certification is a voluntary certification, and it's called the Global GAP, which means Global Good Agricultural Practices. And that is the commonest accepted certification in Europe at the moment. And it's very popular. So our farm currently is going through the necessary processes to get certification. And once we get it and we are able to satisfy all the local requirements, we would now begin to export. But for now, this tomatoes here, these sweet potatoes there, the corn, and all the other crops here are going to the local market, and they are not going for export.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that is it about the market. Yeah.
So, what about spoilage? I hear a lot of people talking about local farmers lose out a lot because they don't have any way of refrigerating or to preserve the food until somebody buys it and it gets to market.
Yeah.
Is that an issue?
That is a very big issue because for vegetables and for many crops, the shelf life is very short, and post-harvest quality management is key to getting the best out of your harvest. And post-harvest quality management goes with basic infrastructure. So you need, especially if you are going to the export market, you need a cold room, because this is an open production, open field production. It's not in a greenhouse or anything. So it's exposed to the elements and heat, sunshine, dust, and all of that.
The insects.
Yes, the insect and all of that. But if you are talking about shelf life, then, as you said, cold room becomes necessary, and a lot that is not cheap to do. So a lot of the farmers are not able to afford it. It's only the big commercial farms that are able to install pre-cooling facilities to provide the right post-harvest quality for the crop. So it's good. It's a big issue for the farmers. Then, apart from the infrastructure and logistics, also you have the issue of education, awareness. So most of the farmers, until they want to export, they don't take some of these post-harvest quality management issues seriously. And we, on my own and with some organizations, we try to organize training activities to at least bring farmers to the level where they can understand that they need to pay attention to post-harvest quality management. So basically, this is the challenge that the farmers are having: the infrastructure and the information to apply the right post-harvest management practices. Then you also have the big issue of food safety. And food safety goes beyond just saying a quality product, which is nice to observe and may taste good to you. Food safety is also about the chemical applications, hygiene issues, contamination, and even the source of the water that you use on the crops. All these have food safety implications. But the biggest challenge is the use of chemicals. Let me say that this part of the world in Africa, the use of chemical is relatively new to us. For many years back, our ancestors were farming without the use of chemicals, and they were getting what they had to get. And then all of a sudden, we were told that we were not productive, we were told that we were subsistence, and all manner of arguments were made to justify why chemicals should be used on farms in Africa. And farmers also got into it. And they went into it without being given proper education, proper training, without being even told about the potential implications
Yes.
on health for the use of chemicals. They were just told the good side,
Yeah.
which to me is far less than the worst side,
Right,
which
right.
was, let me say it in quote, hidden when the use of chemicals was introduced. So that has a big implications on food safety. First of all, we don't have the capacity to do some of the tests, such as residue testing, microbial testing, and all of that. We don't have the capacity, and where the capacity exists, it's even more expensive to the average farmer.
Yeah.
So you harvest from your crops, you don't check anything, you just send it to the market, and people start consuming it.
Yeah.
So that is a big issue. And at the moment, we try to do our best. All our neighboring smallholder producers in this area, we try to sensitize them, give them information about food safety, how to use chemicals and things like that. And we actually practicing it. Like this tomato farm, no chemical has been applied at the moment.
Beautiful, beautiful.
No chemical.
And plus, those chemicals get into the soil. And that's a whole nother thing. They get into the soil, and then they run off into the water. Yeah.
Contaminate the water and everything else in the environment. So here we are trying as much as we can to avoid the use of chemicals. We only use chemical when it's absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary, and that will be done carefully, following all the necessary instructions and procedures in the application. So you see that this land was plowed twice, okay, to make sure that we get rid of as many weeds as we can. Because once the weeds start coming, that is where you'll be forced to use weedicides, and that all. Once the weeds start coming to, the pests and diseases are also likely to come. So we emphasize on good land preparation, which we have done, and now the tomatoes are catching up, and I can see that the weeds are very minimal, very minimal here. And even the ones in, we can remove them with our hands without applying any chemical. So we will observe it up to some stage, and when it's absolutely necessary, maybe we will just do a little chemical, but if it's not necessary, no chemical will be applied at all throughout to harvest.
Okay.
Yes, and we also look at the variety. We selected resistant varieties so that they will be resistant to the common diseases that are confronting tomatoes. So yes, so that is what I can say about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Right.
Good. Can we walk down that way?
Yes, we can. And you can also see that in preparing our land, we try to avoid destroying the original plants and trees on the land. So you can see that we've left out all those trees on the land without cutting them off.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can even see this one, when they were plowing, I just told them to leave it. And they didn't understand why. But I want to preserve at least part of nature.
Yes, exactly.
On it. You know, so this is coming, and I want it to be left. You know, so that is what we will be doing throughout, so that while we are working on the land, we are still preserving some of the original.
Now, what are these? Do you know what these are?
These are just bush. It's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
But it's just indigenous to the land.
It's just indigenous to the land.
Okay.
Yeah. So I left it, and I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And all these palm are indigenous to the land.
Yes. Okay.
So these are organic palm. They came by themselves, wild. You know, so you can have them a lot on the land.
You know what? I really like the fact that you recognize that we are just here for some time and we will be gone, and that we have to live in harmony with nature we don't have to come and act like, oh, it's just for me and destroy, just start destroying everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, hello. How you doing? Oh,
Okay, so these guys are helping me out to do the transplanting of more tomatoes.
What did he say?
He said you are taking a shot and it's just a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, you are taking a shot, you are taking her to UTV.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay, so
this is corn all the way around
this
us,
is
though.
corn all the way. Yeah.
Okay. So you got corn back here, you got corn
Over there, sweet potato here,
yeah,
and tomato here.
okay.
Yeah, so but next season, which starts somewhere from March next year, we are going to do a lot of sweet potatoes and also a lot of vegetables. We'll increase the tomato. So this is the tomato from the nursery.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be transplanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
It's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. So this is the tree, everybody, that you make palm oil with.
Yeah, this is.
So you take the palm nuts off of here and you ground them up.
Yeah.
And I don't see any nuts on it, though.
Yeah, there are no nuts on it at the moment.
This is what the palm nut tree. When y'all see people, continental people cooking with palm oil, you get the nut and you beat it, and you get the oil out of that nut.
Yeah.
So that's that tree right here. And the European doctors admit that palm oil is the healthiest oil that you can actually cook and eat with, and that as opposed to the other oils that clog arteries, palm oil actually cleans your arteries out.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, this is new information to me.
Yeah.
Great.
I even had to share it with my husband. I was like, so we really need to just be using palm oil for everything.
Yeah. We have a lot here. And these ones were not planted. They came by themselves.
Well, listen, these
organic.
They existed before we came. You know what I mean? They've always been here.
Look over there.
God made it.
Here. You see, all over there.
Oh yes,
all
yes,
over there.
Oh yeah,
all over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's along the riverbank.
Yes, along the riverbank. So they are also giving cover to the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of tree is this?
This is what I don't know, but Kwesi, where on you now? Yeah, we don't know. We can't identify what tree, but we just decided to left it.
Yeah.
To leave it there.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so the local name is Odanta.
Odanta.
We don't know the scientific name unless we ask or search for it.
But there's no fruit that comes from it.
It doesn't bear fruit.
Okay.
So and you can see that tree there, the one over there. That is full of birds.
This one.
Yeah, over there.
Right
you
here,
can hear the sound of the birds.
Yeah.
The birds just like to live there. So we just decided to leave it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you say you have 30 acres, huh?
Yeah, we have 30 acres.
Yeah.
Yes, stretching right beyond the tree over there.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. So we wanted to come back again today and show you. I'll give you all an update on what's going on now. On the way over here, you was telling me that you're working with an architect or a drafter to design what you want it to look like out here?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
So first of all, we need to get some structures in place to help us in the initial operations. So we've done the layout, the site plan, and everything is ready. And we have just done a sketch of the structures we want to put in place. So we first of all, at the production side, we need a packing house, we need cold room, we need offices, we need changing room for staff, we need storage structures to store chemicals, the inputs, and the other equipment. So all these drawings have, we've passed the first stage. The draftsman have brought the sketch to me. I've had a look at it, and I have recommended some adjustments to it. So it's gone back to the draftsman for those adjustments to be incorporated. And I'm pretty sure in a few weeks' time it's going to be ready. And once it gets ready, from January, February next year, we are going to start putting the first structures down here. We'll start by doing the parking facilities for